Hello YouTubers, this video is for the Rheem hot water tank heater, which is a hybrid type. If you notice, it has a digital readout and so forth. The connections are a little bit more complicated because they're on the side rather than being on top. And the way this works is you can set it to either be, let me show you, if you look at the mode, I have it on electric mode right now. If you keep clicking it, you can go into different modes, energy saver mode, heat pump mode, high demand mode. Let's go put it back to electric. And you can set the temperature. I know you're saying 140 is very hot, but I have installed a mixing valve which takes that temperature down to 120. The purpose of that is to give me more volume. So the tank is heating to 140, comes out to this valve, mixing valve, and then you got the cold water feeding in, mixing with the 140, bringing it back to 120. So you might think, what's the purpose of that? Raising the temperature, bringing it back down. Just that you're going to use less water from the tank because it's 140, and you're adding water to it. So now you have more volume going to the rest of the house. And of course, somebody might say, well, you can do that at the faucet, mix the hot and cold together. The point of this is to do it for you in a safe way, because this is also a valve that prevents you from getting burnt. So you always have the max 120 going to the valves, the faucets actually, of your house, rather than 140. So it does serve as a purpose. It has helped me up to this point. Now this unit here, as I mentioned, the great thing about it is that it uses less electricity than a standard electric hot water tank. It has a heat pump, and what it does, it absorbs the heat from inside the room and it heats up the water for your house. It's like an air conditioner. Instead of heating up refrigerant and extracting the heat so you can have cold air in the house, it's doing exactly the same thing, but it's taking the heat and it's giving it to the water. It's almost like a cooling tower, which uses water instead of refrigerant and changes temperature from one body of water to the next and so forth. The only thing I can tell you about this unit is that you need to put this in a big room, like a garage or a basement, because when this extracts the cold air and absorbs the hot air from the room, this room gets very cold. It becomes like an ice box. I have it in the boiler room, which it doesn't affect me as much because as it's extracting, cold air, my furnace is actually sucking up the cold air and heating it up for the rest of the house. So this room stays kind of a good room temperature. But if you are to use this like in a closet, I would not recommend it. It will not work efficiently and you'll have a frozen room, closet room. And I have another video explaining my setup. I have an extra booster to supply hot water in case this one does not keep up with demand, with the mixing valve. So I'm pretty much covered for what I need it for the big family that I have. Hope this helps. Hope this review helps as well. It's a nice unit. It serves its purpose. It saves money. It's a little bit more expensive. It takes more to install, but you do have rebates with the electric company and you do get tax breaks as well using this hybrid.